So there is a firestorm online right now about the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. There are some people that absolutely love it, and there are others that absolutely hate the idea of it, and you might be wondering which side is right. Well, I want to let you know my full thoughts on this phone because I've been using it now for a few weeks. Ever since Galaxy Unpacked, I have been using the Galaxy S26 Ultra. I've gotten a ton of photos and videos on it, and I've really had some good hands-on time with it. So is it really worth buying for you? Well, my name is Zach with Android Digest, and I'm gonna let you know in this full review. So I just find this phone so fascinating because it's so polarizing that even Mr. Who's the Boss is making a video debating himself about if it's good or not. If you look at the hardware specs, I know there are international phones out there that have bigger battery capacities with silicon carbon batteries. And there are phones out there that have better camera sensors with the hardware at least. And because of those things, people seem to just really be throwing a fit about this phone. Maybe they look at something like the S Pen and the fact that it used to have Bluetooth. And because of all of those things, people just get pretty mad. And then there's the fact that Samsung told everyone there was a 10-bit display, when actually the display is only 8-bit, but it does simulate 10-bit colors in a way. People have just been complaining online nonstop. Now I do understand, there are some of those Samsung knights out there, and some people would claim that's me, but there are people that will defend everything Samsung does to the death. And that's not my intention here. But I don't want to just write off a phone and say it's bad just because there's one feature that I don't like. This Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, it is a really good phone, and I do think a lot of people should consider it. And there are a lot of average consumers out there that wouldn't even notice the difference between an 8-bit or a 10-bit display. They wouldn't even notice some of these minor details, and yet people are freaking out about it when in reality, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, for most people, it is a nice upgrade over the S25 Ultra, and it is one of the best phones you could buy in the United States. I would argue it is the best phone that you could buy in the United States, and Samsung did play it safe in some areas, but they also did take a massive risk in others, and I do think they made some good improvements. So the truth in this online battle, it's going to be somewhere in the middle, because of course this is a very expensive phone, and Samsung did play something safe. But on the other end, this is a very good phone with some nice improvements, and we shouldn't ignore that just because people are online and getting angry. So let's start off by talking about the price. The price for this phone did not go up compared to last year's model with the S25 Ultra. So that is nice. But still, when you're paying $1,300 for a phone at its retail price, I get it. It's not going to be the best value up front. But if we're just looking at the retail price as far as when it launched, I do think it is impressive that Samsung didn't up the price, considering the fact that we are having a big RAM shortage right now. Now, if we're looking at improvements and things that I've noticed as far as improvements with the design, we do go away from titanium and back to aluminum. It is supposed to be a little bit better for heating, but some people say it could scratch up your phone a little bit easier, or your phone could be a little bit more likely to dent up. But either way, most people are going to use a case on their phone, and I think just going crazy over something like titanium, it's a little bit silly, and it's not that big of a deal for most people. Now, if you look at the design of the phone, one thing you are going to notice is the rounded corners. Now, some people love it, and some people just want their phone to be completely squared off. I know for me, I would much rather have rounded corners, because if I'm holding my phone, I want to make sure that it actually feels good in my hands. And if your phone is very squared off, it is going to poke into the corners of your hands and feel very uncomfortable. But if you are comparing this phone this year with the Galaxy S25 Ultra, you're not going to notice a very big difference as far as the design. You'll see those rounded corners, you will see aluminum, and you will notice that yes, the phone is just a little bit lighter, but it feels virtually the same. It's not that big of a difference. And it is a little bit thinner, and personally I do like that. Now, because of that, I will say we do have a different S Pen. The S Pen is just a little bit flimsier than last year, and it doesn't go in the same way. Like, if you do want to put it in both ways, you technically can, but it does only fit in flush when you put it in one certain way. Again, these things aren't that big of a deal. I would much rather have a better design, a more comfortable phone. So there are always smaller things that people will nitpick about, but realistically, their expectations might not be met, but it is still an overall improvement to me. Now moving on to the display. Here's another thing people have been talking about, because again, it is a 8-bit display that simulates 10-bit colors. There is a reason why everyone could market this as 10-bit, including me, because that's what we were told, and we didn't really notice the fact that it was an 8-bit display. We were impressed and it looked nice. It is very silly that Samsung told us the wrong thing, and I am guessing the marketing department with Samsung, they were probably told that it simulates 10-bit colors, and then they got out of hand and said the wrong thing or misunderstood. Either way, the screen is incredible here. It looks really good. The colors look great and vibrant. I would argue the display is an upgrade over last year's model, and it looks great. Now, yes, there is a new privacy mode that everyone has been talking about. And some people say, well, the privacy mode makes it a little bit dimmer. Well, you're getting like a million nits of brightness anyway, so I don't really get why it's a big deal if your screen is slightly dimmer when you turn on the privacy mode. So yeah, if you are someone that's wanting to turn off certain pixels on your display so the people on the side of you can't look, some people say it's not that big of a deal. I think it is a great feature. I think it's awesome that they are including this in the display. It's something that you could turn on, and you could always turn it on for certain things like your notifications or certain apps like your banking apps. I would not recommend leaving it on because turning off those pixels will also make the resolution slightly worse on your display. So no, it is not something I would leave on all of the time. But it is nice that you get a lot of the same things that you would get from a privacy screen protector, but you get it built into the display. Now, there has been another controversy out there, once again, people saying, well, the anti-reflective display isn't quite as good. Well, you're not supposed to actually test that with the screen off. You're supposed to test it with the screen on. And if you do, you will notice minor differences, but they are extremely minor. It is a very minor difference compared to the S25 Ultra. So that does not make me a Samsung Knight for saying it. I'm trying to look out for my practical audience out there that is really trying to consider this phone. The bottom line is, the design of this phone is improved. The display is also improved overall, and we get a feature with the privacy display that no other company is providing right now. So we are getting an awesome display that is super bright, super vibrant. I would say one of the best displays you're going to find on a smartphone, period. And a lot of these other phones that are out there that have a lot of other features like a 10-bit display, a lot of them aren't anti-reflective, and they don't have that privacy display built in. So at the end of the day, we have a best-in-class display. We have a best-in-class design. It's a very nice design. And when you look at performance, we have the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. We have the best processor you could buy on a smartphone, tuned for a Galaxy phone. And of course, it's no surprise, this processor flies through everything. If you're gaming, you're going to be able to game on like the highest settings. The performance on this phone is no problem. So Samsung is providing a lot for the money. Now, what some other manufacturers might have that's a little bit better than Samsung, they might have a little bit of better battery life. I understand that. They will provide those silicon carbon batteries. But if you look out there, Mr. Who's the Boss also did a battery test, and this phone, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, it was nearly identical to the battery life in the OnePlus 15, even though the OnePlus 15 has a much larger battery. And personally, in my usage, I am getting insane battery life. I am getting like over 8 hours of screen time regularly. So again, you read things on the internet, you see that this has a 5,000 milliamp battery. And I do think Samsung is playing it safe. I do think they need to go towards silicon carbon. I do think they're playing it safe with a lot of things. But on the other hand, they are providing battery life that is arguably better than the iPhone, according to battery tests, and battery life that is right there neck and neck with phones that have much larger battery sizes. We also get 7 years of operating system updates, which we don't get in other phones. And people are comparing all of these international phones online online that have fancier camera sensors, or maybe they have a slightly larger battery, and they're just saying, well, you should go buy those, even though they're not actually that much better if you look at battery testing and stuff. And that's all I'm trying to say. I'm here to look out for your average consumer, and we can tell Samsung straight to their face that they need to provide silicon carbon batteries and they really need to take a bigger risk. But I don't think we should downplay how good the phones are either, because the Galaxy S26 Ultra, it's really good. And we see that with the cameras as well. The cameras, they are actually letting in more light. At least 2 of the sensors do actually have a better aperture to let in more light, and I am seeing a big improvement with the cameras. Especially in low lighting, because you are able to get more light, you are going to see a lot better photos in general compared to last year, or compared to the Z Fold 7. I took some pictures with the Z Fold 7, I did a little bit of a comparison there, and even with my Z Fold 7, comparing it to the S26 Ultra, I had a better experience overall, for sure, with my S26 Ultra. Not to mention, of course, having those zoom cameras. It is a game changer. Now, one of the cool software features that we are seeing with the S26 Ultra, it is Horizon Lock, and I know everyone's showing it off. I'm not going to make a big deal about it in this video. It's basically just a really nice image stabilization. And what they do to make that happen, they actually use zooming to make it happen, to make it still stable, to make it look like it has a level horizon. So that is really awesome. But one thing with Horizon Lock you need to know, it does actually sacrifice some camera quality. So you're not going to be able to record like 8K video and record it with Horizon Lock. So that's not going to happen. So if you want to record awesome video from your Galaxy S26 Ultra, and if you want your videos to be stable, there is one accessory that can make that possible, and that is the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, our sponsor. The Insta360 Flow 2 Pro, it is an awesome 3-axis gimbal for your smartphone, and with the AI tracker accessory, you can unleash the 8K quality of your Galaxy S26 Ultra cameras right in the Samsung Camera app. And you can do all of that while still maintaining stable footage. And if you use the Insta360 app, which has a ton of great features by the way, you could still record in 4K 60 frames per second, so the Flow 2 Pro, it is awesome. It has a built-in selfie stick for great vlogging, and even a tripod for those times when you want to set down your phone and still get some great footage. Not only that, but when you are using the Insta360 app, you can easily set up face tracking. And you can also use this to track objects that you want to film. So for me, I love to use this to film B-roll for my YouTube channel. It does work great for that. So I'm able to track my phone or even accessories, and I'm able to do that right from the Insta360 app. And one thing that I also love about this accessory is you could even use it as a power bank when you want to charge up your phone. Now, if you're wanting to use other apps outside of the Insta360 app, you can still use things like Instagram or even the native camera app, because there is an awesome AI tracker that you could actually plug into this, and that allows you to set up face tracking even in other social media apps. So it's definitely a nice accessory for the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. So this has been an awesome accessory that I absolutely love. So if you're out there and you're really wanting to take advantage of the Galaxy S26 Ultra cameras, I highly recommend checking out the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. And you can check out the links in the description. The first 10 orders will receive up to 30% off, and you will also receive a free MagSafe mount. Seriously, don't miss out. It's definitely worth buying. Check out those links below. And with all that being said, let's get back to our video and let's check out the Galaxy S26 Ultra and those awesome cameras. So if you're wondering about the video quality that you could expect from the S26 Ultra, the video quality is great, and I really have enjoyed the 4K video quality especially. It's really, really nice. There's also a lot of other things you could know. There is technically a 24 megapixel mode that you could turn on. You could go into multi-star and do a lot of those things. So overall, I am just really impressed with the pictures I'm getting. I'm impressed with the photo quality. I'm impressed with the video quality. Even someone like Jaime Rivera, who actually did a comparison video with the S26 Ultra and the iPhone, he was actually surprised to find out that their camera processing was actually very, very similar. So we are finally getting very good video quality from the S26 Ultra. It's going to be very comparable to the iPhone now. Not a lot of people are talking about it because there aren't a lot of people comparing it to the iPhone. But even side by side in a lot of situations, you are going to get a very good shot. Whether it's the photos or the video quality, you are going to enjoy the cameras here with the S26 Ultra. Now I know we do not get the same sensors that we would get in like a Vivo phone. We're not getting some of that innovation that we are seeing overseas. So if you're someone out there who is frustrated, I get it. If you're someone that wants Samsung to push it, I get it. And if you're someone that actually has access to a lot of these international phones that push it, if you are a tech enthusiast, I completely understand why you want to push the edge and really get that bleeding edge hardware and really go all in on it. So maybe the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't for you. But if you're wanting a phone with a great design that's more comfortable than last year, if you're wanting a great display with new features that looks awesome, with great brightness that is very vibrant, if you're wanting great performance that doesn't really slow down or have a bunch of hiccups, if you're wanting good battery life, even though it's not silicon carbon, it's very good. And we are even seeing faster charging speeds this year, which is awesome, and it is really, really enjoyable for me. So if you get all of those things, improvements to charging, improvements to your processor, improvements to your display, a more comfortable design, we do have enough things that have improved that I could comfortably say this is a nice upgrade over the S25 Ultra. Now, do I recommend spending $1,300 on pretty much any phone? Normally not. I don't really think it's a good idea to buy phones at launch if you're looking for the best value, unless you get a great trade-in deal. So no, it might not be the best value on the market. Of course, you'll find a better value in last year's phone or with a phone on eBay or something. But the Galaxy S26 Ultra, in my opinion, it is the best phone you could buy in the US. And I could do both things. I could tell Samsung that I really wish they would take a risk, and I could still say this phone is still the best phone we can buy. And I could be a little bit sad that some of these other phone makers don't come to the US. All of those things can be true, and I think it's okay to say them all, but I'm not going to let my frustration with one little spec get me down on a phone and then rail against it when your average person won't care. I am looking out for your average person. And if you're looking for the best smartphone in the US for an average everyday person, it is the S26 Ultra. So I do hope this review has helped you out. If you do like it, please give me a like and give me a sub to my channel. Also, check the links in the description, especially with our sponsor. I really appreciate Insta360. So please check out their links, and if you're interested in the Galaxy S26 Ultra, please check out the links for that as well. I really do appreciate you if you've watched this whole video. It really means a lot. If you are going through a lot in life, I just want to say I get it. Life is hard. Hopefully you can enjoy your tech. But if life is hard and it's beating you down, I just want to say I really do hope that you can have a better week. And I really do hope you could turn it around and have a good day.